Hello, Bulldog Buddies. It's time for our bedtime story. Tonight we're going to read Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. How many of you know Pete the Cat? Raise your hand if you know Pete the Cat. I know Pete the Cat. He's one of my favorite story characters. Pete the Cat and the Bedtime Blues. Pete and the gang had a great day. They had been at the beach, surf and sun, and tons of fun. But when the sun went down, they didn't want the fun to end. So Pete had an idea. Hey, how about a sleepover? More time for tons of fun. Groovy, said the alligator. Pete's place, let's go. The party was far out, but they knew they couldn't stay up all night. The gang decided it was time to say goodnight. On went the pajamas and out went the lights. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. Good night, Pete. They're all in their beds, tucked away. Pete was just about to get some Z's when, clap, clap, clap. Who did that? Pete asked. It was me, said Grumpy Toad. I don't want to go to bed. I want to clap instead. Pete covered his head. Boys and girls, there's a lot of rhyming words in this book. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. And good night, Pete. Time to sleep. Pete tried again to catch some Z's when rat-a-tat-tat. Hey, who did that? Asked Pete. It was me, said Gus the platypus. I don't want to go to bed. I want to jam instead. Pete covered his head. This cool cat needs to go to bed. Time to sleep. Good night, Gus. Good night, alligator. Good night, Toad. And what did they say, boys and girls? Let's do it together. Good night, Pete. Pete closed his eyes to catch some Z's when he heard, munch, munch, munch. Pete had a hunch. It was alligator. He was always up for eating. What could Pete do? He's eating pizza in the middle of the night. All the clapping and rat-a-tat-tatting and munching was giving him the bedtime blues. Pete had a groovy idea. He got out his favorite bedtime story and he started to read, just like we are. First to himself and then to the whole gang. Pete noticed it was finally quiet. There was no more clapping, no more rat-a-tat-tatting, and no more munching. They all settled down and no one made a sound. Pete yawned, and he turned off the lights. Good night, sleep tight. Time to catch some Z's. Look at them, boys and girls, they're all asleep. Except Pete. Tomorrow was another day for surfing, fun, and tons of fun. You see the thought bubble? That's actually a dream bubble because look at Pete's eyes. They're closed. He's dreaming about the fun he's going to have tomorrow. The end. What will you do tomorrow for fun? I hope you have sweet dreams about it. Good night, Bulldog buddies, and I will see you tomorrow night.